Yo, what's going on, you guys? It's your boy Ryan Michael back here with a new. Oh wait, I'm not Mood616. No one gets that joke probably. If you guys don't know who Moods616 is, he's an awesome YouTuber here in the horror community. Check him out. He has some great stuff. One of the best collections I've ever seen. So shout out to Mood616. I wanted to do kind of a joke there, which I don't think anyone found that funny probably. Here I am doing another HBH podcast. It has been over a month since I've done an episode. The last episode I did was over Saw 10. So if you guys have not yet heard that episode, the link is in the description down below. It's a really short episode. It's like 8 minutes. Whatever. But today I wanted to talk about the upcoming 2024 horror film Terrifier 3. Now, I think most of you know by now. Well, maybe not. So I should probably explain myself here. I'm a fan of both Terrifier movies. I'm even a fan of All Hallows Eve. I'm a big fan of Damen Leon. I think that's how you say his last name. I've heard him say it like that himself for the longest time. I thought his last name was Leon, but apparently it's Leone. I thought the E was silent, but it's not. So I'm a big fan of Damen Leon. I'm still not used to saying it like that. I'm so used to saying Damen Leon. So it's so weird when I say Leone. But yeah, big fan of his work. I think Art the Clown is a upcoming horror icon, and that's the first thing I want to say. A lot of people will disagree with me and say he's not an icon at all. He's not even close. You're wrong. I think Art the Clown is 100% a modern day icon, and I think that's kind of been proven already with just Terrifier 1 and 2, because Terrifier 2, in my opinion, did surpass the original. And I think Art the Clown's even better in the second movie. And of course, now we're already getting a Terrifier 3. So Art the Clown is being pushed into pop culture. And Damen Leon is doing a great job with the character. So yes, I do think he's a modern day icon. If you disagree, I don't care. I love Art the Clown, and a lot of other people do too. And you know you're an icon when... Now, hear me out. I'm not saying he's on the status of like Michael Myers, Freddy Krueger, Jason. Not even on the status of like Pinhead or Ghostface or Leatherface, but he's getting up there. It's going to take a little bit before he gets to that status. I do think he will reach that status at some point, but I wouldn't say he's there yet. I would just give him that modern day icon, and that's it. He's a modern day icon. That's where he is. And yeah, so that's how I feel about that. A lot of people will disagree. Is what it is. But we're already getting Terrifier 3 on October 25th of 2024, and I think most of you know by now that Terrifier 3 is going to be a Christmas movie, and I'm so excited about it because I'm a huge fan of Christmas horror. For some reason, I think horror and Christmas definitely does go well together. I know some people don't, but for me it works, you know? Now, Christmas horror isn't something I watch all year round. But when it gets around the Christmas season, like November, December, I'm watching Christmas horror movies. I love the combination, and I'm actually super excited that Terrifier 3 is going to be a Christmas horror movie because the first two films took place on Halloween. So, obviously, I'm glad that they're changing it up. I'm glad that they're doing a new holiday. I was going to say it's the next holiday after Halloween, but it's not because you have Thanksgiving, but whatever. I think after Terrifier 3, if Damen Leon makes Terrifier 4... he should make it on Valentine's Day, and the tagline should be, "Art will eat your heart." I think that's genius. Write that down, Damen Leon. I want to check in the mail. I'm just kidding, obviously. But, yeah, last that I heard, Damen Leon does have an idea for a Terrifier 4, so I'm pretty sure we're going to get that. And if Terrifier 3 is good or better than Terrifier 2, yeah, hands down, we're getting a fourth movie. And if that does well, I'm sure he's going to try to come up with a story for a fifth. I think that he should keep the Terrifier franchise going for as long as he can. Now, I'm the type of guy, when it comes to writing movies or characters or whatever it is, if you start running out of ideas, you should stop. So, I mean, if he really doesn't have any more ideas after a fourth, then I think he should leave the franchise alone. I don't want Art the Clown to get silly, and I don't want this franchise to go downhill. Now, arguably, Art the Clown is already a wacky character, but in a good way. And I don't want to see it go downhill because this is a great franchise. Damen Leon is making a big name for himself. And I love that this independent horror director and this ultimately B horror movie franchise is doing great. Like, you know, Terrifier 2 made, I think, like 10 or 11 million. and the budget wasn't even $1 million. Like it's crazy. It made so much money. People love this character, and as long as he keeps making good quality films, then I definitely want more. Because I enjoy this character so much. So also on this podcast, I want to do some thoughts / predictions. Now, since this is going to be a Christmas movie, it's obviously going to take place on Christmas. But with the ending of Terrifier 2, it kind of leaves you on a cliffhanger with the character of Victoria. By the way, there's going to be spoilers in this. If you haven't seen Terrifier 2, then, I mean, it is what it is. It's been out for over a year. There's a little cliffhanger there with Victoria at the end and Art basically being reborn. I think that the beginning of Terrifier 3 is going to pick up where 2 left off, and then at some point early in the movie, we're going to skip 2 months to Christmas. Because I do believe that Terrifier 3 is going to take place 2 months after the second movie, which I'm all down for. I can't wait to see what they do with that. Now, a lot of people are going to be like, well, then what did Art do for 2 months? Maybe he was regenerating his body. Maybe he was still killing people, but we don't necessarily see all that. And of course, I'm sure that Sienna and Jonathan are going to be in Terrifier 3. You know, Sienna is the final girl now for the Terrifier franchise, and everybody loves that character. So he's not going to get rid of her, and he's not going to get rid of Jonathan. So, yeah, I think it's still going to follow them. I think they're going to be at peace for a couple of months, and then at some point, obviously, Art is going to come back. I think what's going to happen, if I had to place money on it, I would say that throughout the 2 months, he's regenerating his body, because we all know Art the Clown is supernatural. This is definitely not a man. So I would say he's regenerating his body, and then obviously once the 2 months is up and it's around Christmas, he's pretty much back to normal. Now, we seen in the teaser trailer, there is a small teaser trailer for Terrifier 3 where he's dressed up as Santa Claus, and of course, you know, it's regular Art. He has his body back, stuff like that. So at some point, you know, he's going to get his body back. So that would be my guess. And yeah, and then it's just going to take place on Christmas, which makes sense. So for me, that would work if that's what they're going to do. But that's just my guess. And of course, also David Howard Thornton is going to play Arthur Clown. So I really have no worries there. You know, it's going to be another great performance. But that's my predictions for like how the story's going to go. Now, what else they're going to do, I have no clue. But I'm just all in for it, honestly. And what I mean by I'm all in for it is like anything that Damen Leon has planned, I'm down for. Anything that he has planned for future Terrifier movies, I'm down for. If he leaves the franchise and decides to do other original things, I'm down for it. Like, Damen Leon is a super talented director and makeup effect artist. Makeup effect artist, yeah. He's fantastic. I mean, this guy is he's got a big future in horror. I mean, I would say that he's already at a pretty big level. I mean, his name is pretty well known in the horror community now. So whatever he does, I'm definitely going to follow because he's such a talented guy. And it's impressive what he does, really. I mean, he's like a modern-day Tom Savini, in my opinion, because all of his effects are practical. And man, I'll tell you, this stuff looks so real. It's just so good. But I'm down for whatever he does, and I have faith in him. You know, obviously this is his character. This franchise is his baby. So I don't think he's going to let us down. I think he has a strong story and strong ideas for Terrifier 3. And if he says he's got ideas for a fourth one, I'm sure it's great ideas because I just don't see him ruining this franchise. You know, this isn't some Hollywood horror franchise either. This is all an independent horror franchise from an independent horror director. So whatever he wants to do with the story or the character is going to happen because he's in complete control, and I love that. So, yeah, I mean, I have faith in everything he does. I'm not worried at all. I'm just so psyched that it's a Christmas movie. And for the most part, when I get on, like, Instagram, Threads, Facebook, I'm seeing all positive things. Everyone's excited for the movie. I've seen a couple of negatives. There's a few people that's like, you know, why is it a Christmas movie? Blah, blah, blah. I don't know why that would bother you anyways. Because I wouldn't want Terrifier 3 to take place on Halloween again, just due to the fact that we've had that twice. We don't need it again. Do something different. So I'm all for that, honestly. I don't know what other predictions I would have. Obviously, I think Art the Clown is going to cause mayhem again in Miles County. If I had to guess, out of Sienna and Jonathan, if he does end up taking a character out, it's going to be Jonathan. Just because, again, Sienna is such a big character now. That is the final girl for the Terrifier franchise. But I don't know if I can say that with like 100% that Sienna is the final girl. Look what happened with the first movie. You know, we all thought that, what was her name? Why am I blanking? Tara. We all thought that Tara was the final girl for the first movie, and she didn't end up being the final girl. It actually turned out to be her sister Victoria, and of course Victoria's carrying on, but you know, obviously now she's all screwed up because she was attacked by Art the Clown at the end of the first movie. He was pretty much eating her face. Yes, you heard me right, eating her face. And yeah, now she's all screwed up, and she's somehow connected to Art the Clown. I'm sure that's going to get explained in Terrifier 3. I guess that's another prediction. I feel like Victoria and Art's connection will get explained more. And I'm also sure we're going to get the little pale girl in the third movie, because she was great also. I remember when I went to go see Terrifier 2 in theaters last year in 2022 when it came out, I was like, when I saw the little pale girl for the first time, I was like, where are we going with this? At first, I was a little bit worried, honestly, because, you know, I still am, but before I seen Terrifier 2, I was a huge fan of the first movie. And then when I went to go see the second movie, at first I was a little bit worried. I mean, of course, it opens up with him killing the corner guy, which was awesome because it was picking up right where the first movie left off. But then when I saw the little pale girl, I was a little bit worried. I was like, wait a minute, what is going to happen here? Is this going to get like really goofy? And I was definitely wrong, because I ended up loving the little pale girl, just like most Terrifier fans did. So, yeah, like I said, I have faith in Damen Leon. I almost said Damen Leon, I'm not going to lie. But I have faith in Damen Leon. I think he's got great ideas, and I'm just so psyched, honestly. So, yeah, that's another prediction. And I feel like he's going to try his best, I'm sure, to make Terrifier 3 better than the second one. I'm sure he's going to try to top kills. You know, arguably, I would still say that the most harshest... Is that even a word, harshest? The most harsh kill in the franchise is Dawn's kill in the first movie. I still don't think that kill's been topped, but there's great kills in Terrifier 2. I do think that he could top some kills in Terrifier 2, so I'm excited for that. And that's pretty much what you have to look forward to. I mean, honestly, we're there to see Art the Clown just murder people in really brutal ways. I mean, that's just the truth. That's why we're all there for these movies. But I think it's just so cool that an independent horror director and a horror franchise is getting so much love. It went from not being a theatrical movie to now having theatrical runs with the second movie. The third one's obviously going to be in theaters. So we're just living in some great times. I think that's incredible. Because horror always gets kind of like crapped on, I guess. So, I mean, I'm glad to see that an independent horror director is pretty much getting his big opportunity. So, I guess there was some predictions there for you guys. Mostly just thoughts on Terrifier 3. Just kind of letting you guys know that I am excited for it. And I did need to make a new HBH podcast episode because it's been a while. But let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think of Terrifier 3. At some point, these podcasts are going to be way longer. I want to start making these things like an hour long, because they're just, in my opinion, way too short, especially when you're going to make a podcast. You need to do something that's a lot longer. But I wanted to do one more short podcast, just kind of giving you guys my thoughts and predictions on Terrifier 3. But just know I'm very excited for it. And yeah, that's really it. There's not a lot to go off of right now. Whenever we get a first full trailer for Terrifier 3, I might do another episode over Terrifier 3, because I'm sure I'm going to be talking about this franchise for a really long time. So yeah, that's kind of my thoughts right now. Again, let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. If you guys are new to the channel and you're a horror fan, definitely hit that subscribe button. That would help me out a lot. I'm almost at 1,040 subscribers. Seems like things have been going slow on the channel, but it also makes sense because, again, I haven't been uploading a ton. I uploaded like 2 days ago now, and it was my entire Halloween home video collection. So if you guys haven't checked that out, I'll leave the link in the description for that as well. I want to do some more YouTube shorts. I just want to kind of grow the channel. I feel like that's something that I've kind of lacked since I've hit 1,000. But I'm very grateful for what I have. So I do appreciate all of my subscribers. It means a ton that you guys listen to the podcasts and watch the videos. So yeah, it means a lot. And with that being said, I will hope to hear or see I will hope to what am I talking about? I will hope to hear from you guys very soon.